So this is getting towards the end of the presentation here. Here's another young man, came in for treatment and wasn't very happy, wasn't sleeping well, didn't feel refreshed in the mornings. And we look inside his mouth, and what we see is a big bone spur on his bottom jaw on both sides. And we see that the teeth are really worn away, and we see the tongue is sitting in the back of the throat. Well, this type of bone deformity, if I can use that word, is not normal, and so we decided to remove this bone using a surgical procedure. So we asked one of our oral surgeon friends to remove that bone because it's just getting in the way and it's taking up valuable space. Well, what was the value of that procedure? We look at his sleep index before the treatment. It was like 21, which is mild to moderate sleep apnea. Then after this bone was removed using a surgical procedure, the sleep apnea went down by about 15%, and his oxygen saturation went up by about 30%, which is not a bad finding, but it's still not so good. The teeth are still worn away here, and he's still got sleep apnea. This is kind of mild sleep apnea. Now, what we did in the next stage was to say, well, those teeth are worn down, so let's rebuild up the teeth. So the teeth have been built up, and the teeth look nicer now. And here is a test that we did after the teeth have been built up. Now, look at the sleep apnea. Originally it was 21. After the surgery, it came down to 18. And after the teeth were built up, it came down to about 15. So he's still got mild to moderate sleep apnea. But look at the oxygen saturation. It's improving. So even though he's not better at this stage, we said, let's put in a DNA appliance and see what happens. And with the DNA appliance in place, the sleep apnea went from 21 down to 8. That's a 60% increase or improvement in sleep apnea. And the oxygen saturation has improved by 86.5%. So it's not just about the teeth and the bone, but there's some remodeling of the airway that goes on. That's why we use the appliance, and that can help to resolve sleep apnea in most cases. And what we have here is a healthier, happier patient. He's happy with the way he looks. He's happy with the way that he's sleeping at night, and we have improved form and function for this young guy.